The U.S. Supreme Court struck down President Trump's sweeping tariffs today, ruling he cannot use emergency powers to impose them. Justices said the power to tax belongs to Congress. Before moving to the breaking news tonight, WFMY News 2's Christina Dillon got reaction from two Greensboro shop owners we first met last May as they were navigating new tariffs.
Last spring, Strangeway Comics owner Ben Roberts told us tariffs had him worried. Today, he says imported action figures and collectibles squeezed his margins all year.
Even more recently, that's where things got really, really tight.
After the U.S. Supreme Court struck down most of those tariffs, he says he feels hopeful, but not certain.
You first feel very hopeful and you're like, okay, maybe some of that pressure is going to alleviate a little bit. But then I have no idea what happens anymore, and it could all change again tomorrow. So you're kind of just constantly bracing for what's the next thing.
Meanwhile, President Trump isn't happy.
The Supreme Court's ruling on tariffs is deeply disappointing, and I'm ashamed of certain members of the court, absolutely ashamed, for not having the courage to do what's right for our country.
Mark Holcomb at Toys & Co. says prices from suppliers have already started to level off, so this is welcome news.
It was a relief to hear that the Supreme Court, I think, made the right decision, that it should be up to Congress to determine what countries are tariffed, and there should be some sort of rationale behind why you do it. So that was a relief, and there should be some relief in prices.
An economist at UNC Greensboro says tariffs typically drive prices up. With this ruling, he says pressure could ease, but people should not expect prices to drop overnight.
I don't necessarily think it's going to translate into prices literally falling per se. It may in some particular markets, but I think it will, most likely work to kind of cool off or lean against some of the inflation that we've experienced recently.
And during today's news conference, President Trump was clear tariffs won't stop. He said he's signing an order to impose a 10% global tariff.
All we're doing is we're going through a little bit more complicated process, not complicated very much, but a little more complicated than what we had. We'll be able to take in tariffs, more tariffs.
Trump had a lot to say about the Supreme Court's ruling and the future of tariffs. You can watch that entire news conference on demand on WFMY Plus. Download Plus on your TV and watch for free.